obunabbi is given by the Spirit of God. Buweebwa n'omwoyo wa Katonda. For prophecy, okuwa obunabbi is one of the gifts kyekimu ku birabo of God. Kyekimu ku birabo bya Katonda. Prophecy, obunabbi is given to reveal buweebwa okwolesa what lies ahead, ekiri mu maaso, that God's people, nti abantu ba Katonda may not perish, baleme okusaanawo. When we give a prophecy, bwe tuwa obunabbi, or when we prophesy, oba bwe tuwako obunabbi, it is not because we are powerful. Tekiri tuli b'amaanyi, no, nedda. Naye ye kabonero to show you, okulaga that God is real, nti Katonda wa ddala. Is a symbol, ye kabonero that shows you, akakulaga that there is danger ahead. Nti waliwo obulabe mu maaso. Jesus is real. Nti Yesu wa ddala. Still relates to his chosen ones. Akyakolagana n'abalonde be to speak to generation, okwogera eri emigigi for the salvation of souls, olw'obulokozi bw'emmeeme. Let me the Spirit of God. Nakulembera omwoyo wa Katonda. I just went ahead of time. Nenze. Just ahead of time. Kugamba ngansukumye ku maaso g'obudde. Mu biseera kugamba ebitwali byakakano. And I saw this breaking news. Nenda bagana amawulire agakagwawo obugwe. It is like tornado. Kiringanga kugamba tornado kwegamba kana kebayita kazimu. No. Keka tornado.
As we come on the air, a massive cleanup operation is underway in parts of the Deep South. More than 24 people are dead, several missing from powerful tornadoes that ripped through Mississippi and Alabama. That weather system is now moving into the Northeast. The twister striking after dark, the night sky lit up by bursting transformers and lightning. Storm chasers joining residents and first responders, combing through the rubble of homes. Looking at the devastation, one Mississippi resident said, "There's nothing left." Homes and businesses ripped to shreds, the roof of this restaurant torn off, tables and chairs, and much of the inside left intact. At least 12 tornadoes reported, cars and even tractor trailers sent flying. A water tower crumbled to the ground. Mississippi's governor declaring a state of emergency. And DHS Secretary Mayorkas offering assistance to the communities impacted. ABC's Phil Lipoff leads us off.
Tonight, the deadly tornado emergency unfolding just after dark.
Is there a big tornado, big wedge?
AccuWeather capturing that monster twister in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, northwest of Jackson. Almost impossible to see. Illuminated by transformer power flashes and lightning, that twister on the ground for more than 90 miles. And southeast of Tupelo, another tornado emergency. The radar revealing a dire situation as the twister closed in.
Oh man, like north side of Amory, this is coming in. Oh man. Dear Jesus, please help them.
Yeah.
The strongest.
Severe weather threat at this hour. The Mid-Atlantic on alert. A confirmed tornado in New Jersey late today. And heading into the weekend, more than 30 million Americans from Colorado to Florida bracing for dangerous wind, hail, and possible tornadoes. 12 reported tornadoes in the past 24 hours, 24 in just 2 days. An EF2 with winds of at least 111 miles per hour, destroying much of the Texas panhandle town of Perryton, leaving buildings tangled and unrecognizable. Hundreds of structures gone, this trailer community wiped out. Dozens of people injured, at least 3 people killed. And in Pensacola, Florida, torrential rain, 16 inches leading to high water rescues, 1 person killed by a falling tree. And across the South, the dangerous record heat wave. Rob Marciano with the forecast in just a moment. But first, ABC's Maria Villarreal in the storm zone tonight.
Tonight, the town of Perryton, Texas, in ruins after taking a direct hit from a powerful tornado.
It's right in front of us.
Big tornado, holy smokes!
Storm chasers catching the moment it tore through the community of 8,000 in the Texas Panhandle. The warnings issued just after 5 p.m. Thursday. Drone video showing trailer homes completely leveled, others on fire. Officials estimate dozens of people injured.
You know those people, you go to church with those people, and so it really does affect you a lot.
Among the dead, Becky Randall. She leaves behind a husband, 2 sons, and 4 grandchildren. The chief telling me more than 200 structures were leveled.
More than a dozen homes in this one neighborhood were completely destroyed. In fact, the one right here behind me, 8 people were inside when the tornado hit. Miraculously, they all survived.
It's like as if this part is affected. Akatondo kano. And then they say tornado. Naye nga bagamba kazungu tornado.
The severe weather threat for millions at this hour. 8 states on alert from Louisiana to Pennsylvania. 11 reported tornadoes already in the last 24 hours, leaving a trail of destruction, claiming 5 lives and now tracking east. The stunning images, this rope tornado speeding across a field near Des Moines, Iowa. One of 2 tornadoes touching down near Table Grove, Illinois, spinning debris into the air. A funnel cloud seen through the cracked windshield of a speeding vehicle. Trees and power lines downed across a wide path. But Glen Allen, Missouri is among the hardest hit. Homes destroyed and those 5 people killed by an EF2 that struck just before dawn. This tornado season is off to a devastating start. More than 100 confirmed tornadoes from 3 different outbreaks in less than 2 weeks. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano leads us off tonight from Glen Allen, Missouri.
Tonight, that massive, deadly storm system is on the move. At least 11 twisters reported in the last 24 hours.
Look at this tornado go.
Including this one southeast of Des Moines. In southeast Missouri, at least 5 people were killed in Bollinger County after an EF2 tornado with 130-mile-per-hour winds dropped from the sky just after 3:30 in the morning.
I'm telling you, Glen Allen, Marble Hill, you need to be in your shelter right now.
First responders still searching the wreckage for survivors after sunrise. Keith Lincoln and his wife riding out the twister in their bathtub, awakened by emergency alerts on their phone.
And you could hear everything just banging on the house, and you could hear trees popping and everything, so it was very scary.
Telling us he knows the people who lost their lives.
That's got to be tough.
Yes, it is. Real tough.
You guys a pretty tight community around here?
Yes, we are.
Meanwhile, on the northern side of the system, an all-out blizzard in the Dakotas. Shades of winter still hanging on as these severe storms move all the way east.
Let me the Spirit of God. I just went ahead of time. Just ahead of time. And I saw the spreading news. It is like tornado. No.
The town of Rolling Fork in the rural Mississippi Delta took a direct hit from a tornado on Friday night and accounted for the majority of the casualties. Such was the power of the tornado, debris was reportedly thrown thousands of meters into the air.
We got multiple homes damaged. We got people not accounted for at the time. Probably tomorrow we'll have a full count on the damage and the people that's not in place.
Daylight revealed a town devastated. Around a third of the residents here were reported to have lived in mobile homes. A state of emergency was declared in the western Mississippi counties struck by the storm. And across Mississippi and Alabama, there were reports of leveled buildings, overturned cars, downed power lines and trees. Given the scale of the destruction, there were fears that the death toll could rise. Search and rescue teams were deployed Saturday morning to find those trapped.
We lost everything, but we got our life. Towed the house out, towed my truck out, the car, and the other car, but we good.
There There were multiple reports of tornadoes amid the storm system, and the National Weather Service sent investigators to ascertain whether many of those reports were for the same tornado tracking northeast across the region for over 130 kilometers.
We can think that it's only one single tornado tracking over a very long distance, but as those damage surveys are conducted, they can see those missing points between tornadoes and determine if it was one long tornado or multiple large tornadoes produced by the same storm, which is equally as impressive.
The strongest.
We begin tonight with deadly storms striking from Michigan to the northeast. At least 8 confirmed tornadoes hitting Michigan and Ohio. 5 people killed as a new round of dangerous weather targets the center of the country. An EF1 tornado with winds up to 110 miles per hour touching down near Grand Rapids, Michigan. Homes, businesses, and cars damaged, hundreds of trees down. Dangerous lightning across the area. At the height of the storm, about 1 million customers without power. And potential new threats are now taking shape as the hurricane season heats up. A new system now taking aim at the Gulf. And Tropical Storm Franklin is moving north in the Atlantic, bringing rough surf to the East Coast early next week.
And I saw it's like as if this part is affected. And then they say tornado.
Death toll is climbing following that violent tornado outbreak that barreled across the country this weekend. Take a look at this map. Nearly 100 possible tornadoes hit states from Iowa all the way to New Jersey. Today, President Biden declared a disaster in Arkansas. Emily Ikeda reports from one of the hardest hit towns, Wynne, Arkansas.
Stop! There's debris coming down at you!
Tonight, new images emerging of the furious funnels that tore across parts of the country.
Oh my God.
Kimberly Shaw was looking out the window in Little Rock, Arkansas, when an EF3 tornado suddenly engulfed the building. 165-mile-an-hour winds lifting her off her feet. She grabbed onto her husband just in time. If your husband hadn't held on to you, what would have happened?
I would have been sucked out the door and would have been taken by the tornado. He saved my life.
Harrowing moments from a storm system that killed at least 30 people across 7 states. Today, President Biden declaring a major disaster in Arkansas. In Wynne, 4 people dead. This high school, a shell of what once was.
We were right here.
Karen Cristaldi says now it's hard to even recognize the town.
Heartbroken. I mean, this was such a cute little town. Looks like a war zone right now. Get in here.
The same system that devastated the country's midsection powered eastward Saturday, spawning rare tornadoes in New Jersey and Delaware, debris blocking roads. 1 person died, the first tornado victim in Delaware in 40 years. The FEMA administrator calling the magnitude of this monstrous band of storms historic.
Right, to see right where the tornado came through, and you can just see the path through the town.
In McNairy County, Tennessee, 9 people dead after buildings were reduced to rubble by a tornado that struck under the cover of night. Some of the most severe damage there in Adamsville.
The devastation is catastrophic in Adamsville. We've lost lives, lost homes, lost very valuable possessions, things that cannot be replaced.
I am not leaving you.
And in Illinois, 5 remain in critical condition after a roof collapsed during a concert at the Apollo Theater. Witnesses seen rushing to free those trapped below. The governor today on the ground there as communities take on the towering task of rebuilding.
Even though this is destroyed, we made it through.
Emily, it's just so hard to see all these scenes, but the cleanup process is starting now, right?
That's right, and you can see it playing out around me. Right now, I'm walking down the steps to a church you can see is no longer standing. This historic site, built more than 100 years ago, crumbled by an EF3 tornado. Here in wind, the damage so extensive, even school has been canceled through at least this week, Kate.
I researched about it. It's like a strong wind. It spins like it sweeps away everything.